37-15. This is my first time talking about it. We got my main guy over here, Wayne Breezy, out here. We're going to go through the film review, offense, and is Jimmy Garoppolo turning a new leaf? Stay tuned to hear our thoughts.
Let's go get him. Let's go get him today, man. Let's go. Hey, dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3, dominate.
What's going on, everybody? We're back here with another video. I've got my guy Wayne, and gotta give a quick shout out to Slick68 and Raphael5629ers for tuning into the channel. Thank you guys always for the support. We've got a new film review, so I've done it for the last 2 weeks, but haven't been able to do it with Wayne, and so we're testing out something new. Gonna go through the film, but Wayne, before we start, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm ready to get this game going. I'm ready to go, have a 3-0 kind of like, streak going now. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in Atlanta. I'll be headed down there on Friday, and I'll be in Atlanta representing the faithful.
Oh, shoot. You going to be in the A. All right. Were you there at the last game?
I didn't go to the Carolina game, the North Carolina game, but I'm definitely going to be prominent in the A, baby. It's about to go down.
All right. You heard it here. He's going to be there. So real quick before we start, I know you and John always do what is it called? The 49ers Rush events. So real quick,
sir.
Give that a shout out. Show some love for that.
Sure, man. Shout out to John Chapman. He's already down there in the A watching them stanky Braves. I hope they lose every game too, by the way. But anyway, he's down there in the A getting things prepared. We're going to be doing the 49ers Rush road trip events, and we got 2 events going down. We're going to have one that's going to be the Saturday night event. That's something that everybody's going to want to be at. Go to 49ersrush.com, 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Get your information there. And then on Sunday, we're going to do the tailgate before the game at the same place. And then we're going to walk right across the street, walk right on over to the Dome, and go ahead and get this victory.
All right, you heard it here. Be sure to go ahead. If you're in Atlanta, go get your tickets, go join. And even if you can't go to the game, go to the tailgates. Just go tap in with both Wayne and John because they do a phenomenal job with these events. I was trying to get out there for week 1. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but I know that they do a phenomenal job every single time. So be sure to tap out for that as well. And Bebop Jones here, he says it himself. I heard the parking lot be litty lit out there. You know what I mean?
Litty lit,
so
like
y'all gotta make sure y'all tune in.
For sure.
Hey,
for sure.
But let's get up into this film review, man. 49ers, Panthers, we can get it started. Obviously, the 49ers had a pretty good win. So let's start with the initial play. And remember the initial theme a lot of people were pointing out. The 49ers targeted George Kittle a good amount in this game. You're going to see it on the opening play and on a couple of other plays. But let's get it started. First play over here. The 49ers have Kyle Juszczyk obviously motioning over. You've got him motioning back. This is just regular formation for the 49ers to run, and instead it's a play action, hit George Kittle, a quick hitter, and you get 5 yards out of it. A good way to get him incorporated in general.
Very much so, man. Look, George Kittle is going to start getting acclimated more to the 49ers offense, something that, everybody wants to see, especially after a night like the other night where Travis Kelce gets 4 touchdown passes. Everyone wants George Kittle to be acclimated because they know and we believe and we know that George Kittle is the best damn tight end in football. But unfortunately, he isn't utilized in the offensive scheme as you see some of the other tight ends. And there are a few reasons why. One reason why is we have a bunch of weapons, right? And so we have to figure out how to disperse this football to all the different weapons. And it's not about even making sure that the ball is being spread out. It's making sure that you're taking and making the right reads as a quarterback. If you go back and watch this play, it's a boot action to the right. He rolls out. It's the guy, George Kittle is right there. If you look at the personnel, they got 2 running backs back there. So they're in 21 personnel. George Kittle is the one tight end. All right. They got there with 2 wide receivers out there as well. I believe it's Ayuk and Debo. And they're going to roll this joint out to the right and get a good 5 yards. And that's exactly what you want because those 5-yard passes are what's going to keep moving the chains. Give them 2nd and 5, then 3rd and short if you get to that. And then you're going to typically go for it on that, short down. So I like what they're doing in here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really
And
good.
the one thing that I want to point out real quick before we move on, this Kyle Juszczyk motion, when he's motioning to the left side, the Panthers are automatically, these linebackers here are automatically anticipating this run is going to go to this left side. Then you have a motion back, and normally what they'll do is Juszczyk's going to jump out, and then they fake that run to the left side. So what does everything happen? You see the entire shift. He motions out to the left side, just like I said, and everybody is shifting this way. Then
Correct. The
number
whole play
7
is going
here on a
that way.
regular run, that's where George Kittle comes and blocks. Number 7 here. These linebackers are all shifted to this side. You got the safety dropping down here. And so what does that set up? A pretty good play to George Kittle. And it's just a quick hitter for 5 yards. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but a quick hitter for 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
I mean, it looked like he even had the levels on that play too, to where he could have threw to his second read. His second
Right.
read would have probably been Brandon Ayuk, and I do apologize. It's 22 personnel. There was only Brandon Ayuk was the
Yeah,
sole
2
wide
tight
receiver
ends
out
because
for
Warner
the
was
play.
there too. Yeah.
Yep.
But here we go. Similar formation here on the second play, right? You got Juszczyk line up at the fullback. You got Jeff Wilson Jr., your 2 receivers, your 2 tight ends. And instead, it's what the first play could have been, a pitch. This one goes for nothing. And when you come back to the replay, you're going to see kind of like Jake Brendel definitely going to whiff here. He's lined up against Derek Brown. He whiffs there, but he was trying to get out to the second level. It's a miscommunication with the offensive line overall. And that's where the problem was there. Just loss of 1. Not too big, just the hole wasn't there in that play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And unfortunately, he had a few whiffs in this game. You're gonna see, and you go through this the film breakdown very quickly. You're gonna see he had a few whiffs where he just didn't get to his block, and because of that, it suffered the running backs for either 1 yard gains or 1 yard losses.
Right, exactly. And so it's going to set up third medium here for the 49ers. And this is one of Jimmy Garoppolo's better throws of the day. A pretty nice throw, a clean pocket for the most part.
Shotgun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shotgun as well.
Shotgun.
And right there for George Kittle once again to get to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a 20-yard game too. Now they're in 11 personnel, right? So George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk is the sole back in this particular formation. You got Jimmy Garoppolo lined up. I like that, Jimmy Gunn. We have to start calling that. He keeps doing well. You
Jimmy
got
Gunn.
Jimmy G Gunn back there in the shotgun, and you got Juszczyk back there as the sole back. This is just an easy play, easy throw, easy read for Jimmy Garoppolo. It's one of those rhythm throws that you want him to get into early in the game. You want him to get into those like easy throws early in the game. It's a 20-yard game, guys. Jimmy Garoppolo was cooking, especially on this first 7-play series for 75 yards and a touchdown.
Once again, you see the similar formation. You're back with the George Kittle here. This is 21 personnel here. You're back with George Kittle, but you got the 2 backs. You've got the 2 receivers, and the 49ers here are going to hand it off, but this time it's going to try and be a cutback up the middle.
That's just Brendel again. He just didn't get a good hit on his guy.
Once again, who's he lined up against? It's Derek Brown. Brown able to overcome Jake Brendel's block, and it's a loss there.
Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion, he struggled a lot in this game. You're going to hear that from me.
He did. And it wasn't even in run game only. It was both. It was in kind of both facets. But this was one of the best plays from the running game and Jeff Wilson Jr. in general. Yeah. Just a huge block. When you look at this end zone replay, you're going to see Rich Madrid called it an I-5 sized hole last week. It's an I-5 sized hole. Great pull by Spencer Burford. You've got Kyle Juszczyk coming to the second level on 55 here. He sets that. Great block here.
That's my favorite block right here. Guy on 57. Is that Kittle?
Yeah, that's Kittle right there.
And that's the
best. Talk about Kittle and his blocking ability.
That was the block that sealed the deal that opened up that I-5 size hole. If it wasn't for that Kittle block, that's a tackle. Kittle makes that block and then bam.
Exactly. And it's just lovely how everything has to kind of go in perfection. And when it does, it's a beautiful play. Kittle doesn't go to 55. He goes straight for the middle linebacker, trusting that the blocker coming behind him, Kyle Juszczyk, who's pulling, is going to get to 55. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's a good play overall and a huge game for Jeff Wilson Jr., who has looked a little more explosive than he did in training camp, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, year two coming off of that injury, man. You can tell it's there. The fact that the injuries happened to Elijah Mitchell and
Yeah.
TDP, this is a chance for him to show the world that he's running back number one, and that's how he's been playing for the past several weeks.
Yeah. And here you've got the guy, Tico, the Panther killer, back in the backfield out here for first and goal.
Yeah,
Another good
this is
play.
the pass play.
And this was, I mean, it's a tough. This is a good setup by Kyle Shanahan. I like it. Why? You motion George Kittle over to the right side. Again, what are the
Bad
Panthers
throw by
expecting?
Mhm.
Probably a toss or somewhat of a run to the right side. And instead, they fake it. Fake the toss, and you've got Debo on that quick slant, just a little
Yeah,
behind Debo.
that's
Yeah,
behind him. That wasn't a little behind him. There was no way Debo could have made a play on that. And if it was in front of Debo, it might have got tipped and been an interception. So that was a bad throw. Bad read, bad
yeah.
throw, in my opinion.
But all is good. Screen, Tevin Coleman, and that's the touchdown.
I'm so glad we're starting to utilize these screens. I don't care if they're running backs. And I'm thinking in this upcoming game, I'm waiting for the tight end screens. I would like to see 12 personnel out there.
Ah,
Uh, Ross
those would be
Kelly does
fun.
one thing, and then boom, you just hit Kittle on the tight end screen. They tried it in this game, and you just got to do it, man. This is you got the 49er players are guys that feed off of energy, and if you a screen game is the perfect way to do it. You set up your blockers, you get them down there, and then all they got to and all the person that catches the ball have to do is make a play and follow the lead. That's it. That's it.
Exactly. Exactly. We get a touchdown off drive number one, based off what Wayne just said, off that screenplay. It's a pretty good drive overall, right? Obviously, you had the missed throw from Garoppolo, a couple of misses from Brendel, one in pass protection, one in the run blocking, but a couple of really nice plays that result in good gains, and then the Tevin Coleman touchdown at the end. It's just despite the Brendel misses, it was fairly good blocking overall in this
Mhm.
game. I thought that was a change, especially going up against guys like Derek Brown and Brian Burns. Brian Burns did work Jalen Moore a bit, but that's expected given his caliber of play. So it's a pretty solid game overall, in my opinion. But here we go. Drive number two.
Drive number two, shotgun. I like it, man. Look, Jimmy Garoppolo was in his bag like the majority of this game. Watch this throw.
Yeah. It's a dump off to Kyle Juszczyk, but the way that you this is what I'm happy about. You're gonna see it on this look. Look at Jimmy Garoppolo's eyes. First look is here. I believe this was Brandon Ayuk. He's gonna progress off that read, go to this read here, Debo Samuel. Could he have hit this read? Yeah, but the linebacker's there. And
Mhm.
instead, he progresses off read number one, number two, and quick hitter to read number three as the pressure comes.
Bingo. Bingo. So it picked as the third option. And we always say
Yeah,
Jimmy has trouble scanning the field. And he does. When he's under pressure, there's no time to scan the field. So you have to factor that in there as context. Look at this motion play. Here we go. Boom. Boom.
and that's
And
gonna get the
again, he
first
runs right.
down.
This is one of those things where I felt like he ran right into the back of his lineman, but he just wanted the 1 yard. Like that's all he cared
Yeah,
about. Just give me
Burford
the
there gets
pass.
beat initially, but a good recovery. And Jeff Wilson Jr. 1 yard, but it gets the first down.
There you go.
49ers have Kyle Juszczyk out there. Oh shit, my bad. Oh, I shouldn't have said that either. But Kyle Juszczyk out there, but he's gonna motion. You fake it, and this is a nice play,
That was a
but
good
it's
pick
a
so
near
far.
interception.
Yeah.
Now I wanna look at this play just one more time because I thought Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, I thought this play design was good. Why?
It was good, but the defense design was better. So the defense
Yeah,
knew to play. You know what I mean? And so
exactly.
Jimmy throwing into double coverage is bad though. Like that, like
Yeah.
gotta be
So
careful.
when you look at it, right, this safety is backtracking because of the speed of Ayuk.
Yeah.
Ayuk gets jammed here, but what is this safety here doing? I think this is one Artie Burns.
Looks like he's trying to
He's
rob the play though, right? Like so
he's looking straight at Jimmy Garoppolo's eyes. And the
yeah.
one thing Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't do this entire play is move his eyes off Debo Samuel. He has one read this entire play. He's got his eyes there. So while he's backtracking, he looks at Jimmy Garoppolo and where he's throwing the football, and it's right to him. It's right to Deebo Samuel, and Burns there not Burns. Burris is able to make a play on that football, a near interception. Just look at Garoppolo's eyes on this play. It's on one read the entire time. And he looks straight at Deebo Samuel. We've seen this story a lot of times, right, on this play. But what does Jimmy do? He has one good play and one bad play. So that was the bad play right there.
Well,
and you're going to see a really nice throw here.
Jimmy. It's the Jimmy.
Tevin, not Tevin. I believe that was Jeff Wilson Jr. You get 2 yards on the play leading
that
to
was
third
Tevin
down.
Coleman, I think. That was Coleman.
Oh, it is Tevin Coleman. I was right on the first one. But solid run. You got a couple of yards downhill, setting up third and long here. 49ers are normally pretty efficient on those longs. Don't mind the play call there. But sets up third and long here. And look at that dart. Good dart from Jimmy Garoppolo there to George Kittle. Right into him. Pressure coming. He had jittery feet. You don't necessarily always want that, but goes off progression 1, hits George Kittle there in a pretty tight window.
Dangerous read though, because the one thing I like, Jimmy's taking these chances, right? If you go back and you go to the first aerial view, you're gonna see Juwan Jennings wide open right there, dog, at the top of the sideline, dog. You see that guy right there at the top? He's open
right there.
Oh!
That's because he looked at Deebo and he didn't progress down. Like normally it's a high to low, right?
If he hit you, so I tell you what, Jimmy Garoppolo later hit Juwan Jennings on the same throw, and Juwan Jennings caught it at the same play, but made a play and got 32 yards out of it. But listen, this is a 64-yard play. This guy is, I'm pointing at him like y'all can see it, but that man that he's flanking out to the side, he's not going to be able to get him. The other two guys, the cornerback and the safety are waiting for Deebo. Keep playing because I want to
see. Because Deebo here, he's blanketed here by this cornerback, CJ Henderson.
Blanketed by the corner, yes, sir.
Safety's waiting for that throw to the sideline so he can pounce on it. So he stays back. This guy here is in zone coverage, and that leaves Juwan Jennings open here,
right in that
on that out to the sideline.
Yes, sir.
So it's open. And also the reason, real quick, number 8 here, I think that's J.C. Horn. He understands Juwan Jennings is there, but he's also reading Jimmy Garoppolo's eyes the whole time. As soon as Garoppolo progresses off Deebo Samuel, where is he looking? He's looking at George Kittle. And so that's why J.C. Horn's going to crash. He just softens up at the end, and Kittle makes a great throw. Great read. Good throw by Garoppolo to fit it in.
That was a great throw.
Right.
He's throwing into windows, tight windows, by the way. But he believed that 2 things on that play. 1, you can keep playing it. 1, he knew he could make the throw, and 2, he knew his pass catcher was going to catch it. So that's
exactly.
That's the confident Garoppolo we want. Not mad at him for making that throw. I'm just telling you, you had Juwan Jennings wide open at the top.
And also, it's good he threw it on the inside shoulder. He throws it on the outside. J.C. Horn gets to make a play on it. Inside shoulder, good ball. But next play, you got the play action here, and it's another hitter. Just a quick. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Listen, George Kittle, 2 hands on the ball from now on, bro. That's everybody's come. Everybody wants to punch the ball out of a 49er hand. I don't see nobody trying to punch it out of any other NFL team's players. But when they play the 49ers, they are punching, elbow cutting in, upper cutting in. They're doing everything they can to get the ball out of your hand. 2 hands on the ball, bro.
Exactly.
How come he didn't get the right read? Remember when Deebo fumbled week 1 and we crucified Deebo? No one crucified George Kittle. They was like, "Oh, just get back out there and do it again." What's up with that?
It's because people want to see George in action. They haven't seen him in action all year. But this is a good play by Garoppolo because number 7 here, who I believe is J.C. Horn, has his back to the defense or back to the play. So you have a quick hitter, and George Kittle is supposed to just turn up field and get it. But that ball comes out, and it's out.
It sucks because we would have been at the 50. It would have been another first down. We'd have been driving.
Probably keeps the momentum going. You might get the run game involved.
You know what I'm saying? And then that drive number 2 comes to a halt, and we're on to drive number 3.
Yep, good punch out there, but
That was a great
Kittle's got to
punch.
keep that secure.
Great punch. That was a great punch.
All right. Moving forward to drive number 3. This is the 49ers get it at their 31. The handoff and the cutback to Jeff Wilson Jr., that's going to get you 5 yards.
Yeah, every time, too. That was good blocking, too, on that.
Yeah. Because when you look at it, once again, Brendel whiffs.
Yeah,
but
12 personnel, too.
Good block here by Jalen Moore. Aaron Banks is able to recover on for Brendel, and he's going to push Derek Brown kind of out of this play. And Jalen Moore's block on Shaq Thompson with George Kittle's block gives you this slight running lane here. I felt like Wilson probably has to cut that up the middle of the field rather than try and hit that outside hole. But regardless, you get 5 yards out of the play. You're not going to complain on that. 2nd and 5, 49ers have everything in their arsenal. They can do what they'd like. You've got a stacked box here with 7, so you got the toss outside. Wilson trying to make something out of it. Not really much. You get 2 yards out of the play, but it will set up 3rd and short.
I'm not really feeling Wilson on the tosses.
That's where you hope Tico comes in. You know what I mean? I think like later in the game, you start to realize Tevin Coleman's the one with that speed to potentially hit the outside.
Yeah. And you saw it, I was, that's an Elijah Mitchell thing as well. Jeff Wilson just run this guy up the tackles, between the tackles, man. Like, just run right there. Yeah.
All right. Here's where it is. The Panthers come out in a very intriguing look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
8
guys at the line of scrimmage, and 8 if you count the nickelback. They've got 8 guys. This is an all-out blitz by the Panthers. And the intriguing thing, 0 safety help. They want to kill this drive here and here. They're going to send pressure all over. And Jimmy Garoppolo just delivers that ball all the way down the sideline. It's just a good ball and a great catch by Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, this was one of the best catches and best, a lot of people don't like this throw, but I mean, how would you throw this ball with 1, 2, 3 guys in your face? Jimmy got crunched. He got captain.
Look at this, because obviously, like we said, it's 7 on 5 because George Kittle's running the route.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Garoppolo isn't even looking at Tevin Coleman. He's got his eyes down the middle of the field, probably looking to see if he can dump this quickly to George Kittle because it's 3rd and 3. And then after he realizes Kittle's locked, Ayuk is here. He's in close coverage. He's guy. He did, but Garoppolo's not looking that way. I'd assume Ayuk's the back shoulder or the final read on the play because he's the backside crossing.
Okay.
But I feel like he was looking at Kittle. Kittle didn't have his guy, and with that rusher, just a great throw from Garoppolo to get that out. That's a crazy throw.
Off the back foot too, man. Good gosh.
And just an even better catch, like an amazing catch by Tevin
The catch
Coleman.
was phenomenal. The crazy thing is that play wasn't supposed to go to Tico because
he was on a corner. Yeah, that was the funny part, right? He said it after the game. He was like, if I'm on a linebacker, that ball's gonna go to me. Jimmy never threw it to me. And then in the time Jimmy wasn't supposed to throw to me, I got the ball.
Too funny.
All right, but we've got to move on here. 1st and 10 at the 32. Ooh, let me get this back up. It's one of those quick hitter screens, the same play that you saw for the Tevin Coleman touchdown, and you're going to get a 1st down out of it. Jeff Wilson Jr. this time is the receiver, and it's just good blocking all around. Obviously, the Panthers sending pressure, and you got numbers up the field. So it's a good play call. After the Panthers just sent out blitz, they're sending more pressure here, and you get a 1st down out of the play.
Yeah, it was a good screen call. Got you plus 12 yards. You know what I'm saying? And it got the defense off your backs. Here we go.
Yeah. There's another one of those quick runs to Jeff Wilson Jr. Oh, no, that was Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman up the middle here.
1 yard, 12 personnel. So Danny Gray was in on that play too, by the way.
Yeah. And that's like the decoy, right? Maybe because of his speed, he might throw the football, even though you're in that personnel. But you got 1 yard out of it. Another fake, and this was a good throw from Garoppolo.
Yeah.
It's a good and a bad play, and I'll say why after you see the replay.
After you see the flag.
Yeah, it's because of that flag. This play is an RPO. You're going to see McGlinchey because on an RPO, the offensive linemen believe it's going to be a run, and so you're going to see Mike McGlinchey and Jake Brendel come out to the second level. Garoppolo's got to throw this ball quick because they're going out, and if you're past that 1 yard line, it's an illegal man downfield.
Here it is.
Garoppolo, that pump fake, right? He's trying to hit Kittle. This is a tight window, and also he's got the defensive lineman in his face. He pump fakes because the defensive lineman jumps. It's a good play by the Carolina Panthers. I mean, that throw right there is a really cool throw, but overall, that play was going to cause a penalty just because of the delay in the throw.
Yeah, like Garoppolo has to be more, a little bit more decisive. He knows he's got his guy. Get the ball out. He's usually getting the ball out quick, and instead, like you said, the pump fake.
It's funny. The one time he doesn't get it out quick is the one time there's a penalty on the play.
Right. And the play would have been at the 1 yard line. And unfortunately, that little error, even though it was on the offensive lineman, even though it was on Mike McGlinchey or Jake Brendel, that one little small error only allowed them to get 3 points off this drive. So,
yeah. I want to look at this play for one reason. It was an incompletion. I understand that. Look at 53 on 76. Burns hasn't beat here, but this is a good recovery from Jalen Moore.
This was yes.
This was a good recovery. Garoppolo stands up, but Jalen Moore has a good recovery to push Burns out of the play, and Garoppolo is able to have a clean pocket to make the throw. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
And unfortunately, on the very next play, sack.
Yeah. Yikes.
Like it's like so amazing, right? Like he beat him on the previous play, but the recovery
and then he recovered.
But yeah. I think
just initially beat Moore looked like Moore was trying to help initially, but he gets beat immediately.
If Moore didn't take that first step inside, bro, and took the first
he took the inside and Burns just had him to the outside. And so everybody else did their job. Unfortunately, sack. And so we get the next one.
I love it.
All right, man. You got the personnel here. And this time the 49ers handed off. Remember, when they had that personnel before, they did the play action, threw it to Kittle on that play. Normally, when you have this formation, Juszczyk's going to block to the outside, potentially a toss. They change it. Instead, it's an inside zone. You maybe hope here, obviously, like it's just a tight window to throw to run the ball into. Second and 8. Yeah.
Super tight, bro. Like, and you know, even in that personnel, they like to run under this 21 personnel, but it was just really tight. And Brendel, if you go back, if you're looking at that same play, I don't know if you moved on to the next and you slow it down a little bit, you're gonna see Jake Brendel whiff.
Yeah, his guy's gonna beat him.
And that's all it is. It's not that he's whiffing, he's just getting beat. I guess it's a big difference. Whiffing is when you totally miss, you know.
Yeah.
He's just getting beat. Like he's just not athletic enough.
And it's I don't know if it's athleticism or strength because they're just able to overpower his initial block. Because if not, Wilson has this hole here that probably gets you at least 5 yards,
bro. Like if I'm pointing it at as if you can see it, but if Brendel is able to somehow, well, he gets beat off the initial step, so therefore his strength wouldn't matter. Look at the angle.
That's true.
So the defensive players, like, the strength wouldn't matter. See, he gets beat off that initial step. And if he doesn't get beat on that initial step, he can kind of anchor and try to at least use arm strength and push him out of the play to where he can get at least 3-4 yards. But if he can fit, if Jeff Wilson Jr. was able to fit right through that small crevice, if that guy was blocked by Brendel, that's 10 yards.
It's probably a good amount because Kyle Juszczyk here is either going to help with Samuel's guy or he's going to run up and get onto one of these cornerbacks for.
But I think he's getting the guy right there that you're pointing at, that you're clicking at. See that cornerback right there? Kyle Juszczyk's about to hit him. Watch. Bam! God
Instead,
damn! That's what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, the block from the side is what made the tackle.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not
So
trying to
Wayne, question here. 49ers draft a center in 2023?
if they got I don't know. I don't think they know how to draft centers, bro. They're gonna have to find another guy that's ready to retire in the next 3 years and try to get him in. I think that's their best bet.
But the point for me here, I like this play call. I think this play is destined to win.
Beautiful.
Because when you look at it, right, this similar setup, you can toss it to the outside because Juszczyk's here. They might expect you to do that. You can throw or you can run play action. Maybe have Juszczyk curl around like you had Kittle, and that could be a completion for a couple of yards. Or you run it up the middle,
Rohan, because you got that defensive end standing right in your face. I would have See how he hiked it? I would have boot that junk right to the right, and then send tell Jeff Wilson, not Jeff Wilson, if it was a pass, have him do the angle route, and then just and then boom, and then he's right there. There's nobody right there.
Kali's saying fans want CMC. I want a center.
I don't want no damn CMC. He's damaged goods. I want a center. But I want the center. I don't want a center. I want the center
of the future.
Of the future, the guy that's going to be able to grow with your Trey Lance. Like, that's what you need. That's what we need.
This is a good throw here from Garoppolo. A good play. Just a tight window to Ayuk, who gets yards after the catch. Good protection. Good throw. He's going to fit it in right where he likes it, in between the numbers. I mean, not in between. Right in between or near the hashes. A good play. It is in between the numbers. Good protection. Good play. And it's a good throw by Garoppolo. Gets you to midfield after that second down run.
Also, great catch by Brandon Ayuk on that one. And he had options. So he had other guys open as well, but that was the option. That was option number one. He was wide open.
And it's a good thing to get Brandon Ayuk involved, obviously. So it's a good look there. And a play action here. Garoppolo looking. And that's incomplete.
But dude, on that left
seemed like they were.
Look at the top.
Let's see.
Bro. Ooh, get open. I'm open. I'm open right there. I'm floating that bitch right there in the air.
Talking about the elite here.
I'm talking about right there when you clicking, bro. I'm putting the ball. No. Right there. There. Right the sideline. Yep. Ooh. Keep going.
I know what you mean.
Juice.
I know what you mean.
That's a juice pass.
And it's interesting. If this is TE leak, given how Garoppolo looked there at the end, I think the 49ers were trying to get Deebo Samuel open. And I think, in a way, Garoppolo, he was looking here. Either way, I think he could have tried to fit either throw in. Instead,
Juice is wide open.
Holds it on a little bit. And,
I'd rather him take the throw, underthrow it a little bit to the wide open Juice, let him go catch it and see what he can get. Because look, he looked that way. You saw him look. Then he looking at the end like, oh man, I effed up. Damn, he was wide open. Just some missed opportunities, guys. That's all.
And it's like the crazy part to me is the offense scored 30. Like Mosley had a touchdown, but the offense scored 30 points.
They did,
and still had missed opportunities. That's like scary because
points, but because the special teams got 3.
Because that's true. But like, it's in a way, it's scary how this offense, like the potential of this offense, if that ceiling is hit, how good this offense could be. This game proved it. And
the offense is soon to unlock, and then it's going to blow the world off. It's gonna take off. You can see it. They're practicing it right now. And Jimmy's getting better. If we're watching this and we're saying, okay, Jimmy, he still has to work on his progressions. This is that and the third. Jerry says it's not Madden. But Jerry, your job as a quarterback is to find the open guy. And you can't tell me Garoppolo doesn't have the time. Ain't nobody near him. And then he rolls out to his right. If he just stayed in the pocket and had let that play develop, his guy was open. Now, if he was under duress, that's different. What's going on, Mariah?
But it's an open pocket. And missed opportunity there. But next play, you've got Tico out there. Oof. Me personally, it's clear who the first option on this play is. It's Brandon Ayuk or it's here. This open area right here. Open area right here.
Yeah, but that throw has to be nice. Has to be
It
right on a
does.
dart. You can't put it behind him because if you make a mistake and put that throw behind him, just a smidget, and Brandon gets a paw on it, it's probably getting picked. All I'm saying
Yeah.
is Jimmy's got to stay confident, Jim. You show confidence in certain throws, and then you don't show the confidence in the throws you should show the confidence in. Just stay confident, bro. You got this,
Yeah.
man.
But overall, a quick hitter to Tevin Coleman. You now got third down. Let's see how the 49ers can convert. Third and medium, still a pretty good chance. And you going empty once again. What happened the last time the 49ers had a third down? It was that Tevin Coleman throw. The Panthers are in a similar look. Look at this all-out blitz. No safety help. You've got the cornerbacks in tight man coverage down here, softer coverage up at the top against the running back. And so this is a very similar play, right? In that, what do I mean by that? Garoppolo is going to face immediate pressure with a free rusher, and it's one-on-one coverage, pretty tight coverage again. This play here, it's incomplete. In my opinion, Brandon Ayuk has to catch this.
Is that the one?
We'll see the replay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, like it's all right. So I'm not saying that he shouldn't caught that ball. I feel like there was some type of miscommunication on the
Between
route.
him and Garoppolo?
Yeah, like maybe Ayuk was still trying to run to get open and he was gonna break inside, and then the ball was thrown because of the pressure, and he had to.
The only thing is, to me, the reason I'll disagree for that is because he's looking on the last one, right, to
Is
Coleman.
he?
Garoppolo is looking at Ayuk this entire time before he's throwing. To me, I think this is destined to be a back shoulder fade because Ayuk has outside leverage. If he had inside leverage, he would have run this route differently.
But why
Instead, he has
keep the
outside
play
leverage.
going though? Keep it going because it's gonna change.
No, he has outside leverage the entire time. I
But
thought
he's not
that was going to
looking.
be a back shoulder throw the entire
I don't
time,
think he.
just because of the way that he was running.
But the way he was trying to receive the ball didn't make me think he was going to be an outside. Because if it was, he would have been able to catch that ball. Look at how he had to turn. See what I'm saying?
I understand what you mean. Like, no, I'm sure he's anticipating an over the top throw, but regardless, it's going to come to that side of the field. And as a receiver with an opportunity to catch the ball on a good throw, I think you've got to come down with that.
I'm not saying Jimmy messed up. I'm just saying that somehow there was a miss. Something wasn't right. Something was off on that. So even if you're saying he's anticipating to throw the ball there, I've seen Brandon Ayuk make way tougher catches than that.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, maybe he just had a brain fart. Like
maybe
that's what it was.
Yeah. But this is the next drive, and this is a really good run from Tevin Coleman. This is one of the first outside zone runs we've seen that have been efficient in this game. Right? Mm-hmm. We talked about the outside zone earlier, how Jeff Wilson Jr. doesn't hit him necessarily as well. You've got Tevin Coleman here, though, able to hit the edge and turn upfield and hit get a good amount of yards on the play. Results in another first down.
Yeah, very much so.
Back with Tevin Coleman, and this is another intriguing play. I like this, and I think you'll be interested in how I think about this play. You're going to see the replay here. This is a really good play design because obviously it seems like it's predicated to be a run because you've got this hole here with the linebacker crushing down, but instead it's a toss and the 49ers have numbers. Good block here by Jalen Moore. Good block by Ayuk. But look at this hole right here. Charlie Warner is going to engage with the safety. If Deebo Samuel turns this upfield this way, this is a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Instead, he tries to cut it along. He tries to trust his speed a little too much and cut it inside, believing that he can beat these defensive linemen downfield and get to the end zone that way. But if he turns this upfield once Warner makes this block, he kind he kind of in a way doesn't wait for Warner to make the block. He tries to turn it upfield himself. This is the hole I felt like he should have hit on this play.
Yeah, but when you're
Again,
looking at that play, like I agree with you 100%. But coming out of the eyes of Debo, look at the hole on the other side as well. And
I know what you mean. Like
from
that's
your
why I'm saying
perspective, though,
I
you're
believe
right
he
though.
thought he could probably get that hole, right?
Yeah, like, but it would have. Yeah, but you're right. Had he took the cut, but he was already. He must have because of his momentum. He was probably already on the butt cheeks of the block, and it might have been too late to cut. I don't know, but if he did do what you said, that's a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a touchdown. I mean, you go back and watch it, be like, dang, I cut the wrong way. Just like Brandon Ayuk turned the wrong way on the play prior to that.
Yeah.
Like, dang, if I would have just turned the opposite way, expecting the shoulder fade out, have caught this ball, and Debo was like, dang, I could have had a touchdown. So you're right. I agree. But they both were like equally sized holes. It's just that one was filling up, the other one, there was nothing in its way.
Exactly. I agree. You got 2nd and 1, and regardless, good play by Debo Samuel. And so the 49ers here, it's a pitch to Jeff Wilson, who drops it initially, but is able to recover and get the first down, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So a good recovery from Wilson, but it's another nice play. It's one of those cutback plays. You see the toss and then the cutback, but I felt like you probably get 2-3 more yards if he doesn't fumble it. But regardless, you get the first down out of the play. You're at the 2-minute warning, and you're approaching their red zone. So it's a pretty good situation for the 49ers to try and get some more points before the half. First down, just an incompletion, a ball you'll see, I believe was behind, and the intended target here looked to be Debo Samuel.
It was wide, yeah.
Just a miscommunication on the timing. It sees he was looking for Kittle first, looks at Kittle, then moves to Debo, tries to hit it into this window here, but obviously you don't want to throw it straight. That's going to be an interception. So instead, he gives it one extra second, tries to throw it, and that's just behind him.
Agreed. Juice in motion, baby.
Against the safety, you got single covered here, single high look, and it's one of those screen plays again.
This one got blown up. This is
yeah,
it was.
You look at it again. I think this is just good anticipation here.
Mm-hmm.
Juice is going to go out to block the outside corner horn, and Kittle's going to try and get to this corner here, but he looks at Debo himself. He looks at those footsteps. He looks at Garoppolo. He first looks at Garoppolo, right? Then he looks at Debo, and he just is able to snatch that. So it wouldn't have gone anywhere had it been complete, regardless.
Correct.
So it's fine. Incompletion there. Just a really good play there by the nickelback to identify that this was a screen pass. 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Back to that 21 personnel. Boo, boo, boo. Yep.
Quick hitter, George Kittle. And I believe this was short of the chains for the 49ers. Yeah,
yes, sir.
4th and 5. Quick hitter. Garoppolo wanted to get this ball out. You look back at it. Jennings essentially running a go route. I don't know if you can fit it in there with his arm strength. Kittle's the obvious route. Doesn't seem like anything's too open. Could you have waited for this play to develop a little more? Yeah, but takes the quick hitter. A little more of a conservative play
on that one too.
Yeah, and you get the 4th down. This is gonna, I believe, set up a field goal on this drive. And I don't think they get the ball. Yeah, they got it for one snap. So this is gonna set up for the second half now. The Panthers got the ball first. And overall, like, do you agree, Wayne? It seemed like in the first half of this game, the 49ers had just a clutch on this, like they had control of the game, but it didn't really seem like it was put away, right? It was 13, I believe 13-3 or 13, something like that to end the half, but it didn't really seem like they had put it away initially.
Yeah, it's just like the 49er way, man. Look, the 49ers, if you're gonna beat this team, You're gonna have to play 4 quarters of football. They don't really get going until um like that second half, like after they've kind of like seen
Mhm.
everything. And so now that everything is kind of like working in their favor, like they got Garoppolo in there, the weather is starting to be better, like their players are more gelled, more in sync. Like you're gonna start to see a lot of things start churning up for this 49ers offense. And this is good because this is a game where the offense was able to, like you said, put up 30. Okay. And the defense was able to give you 6 to help seal the deal. So you got your 7 from there. And this is what we want the offense to do. We want the offense to be like a well-oiled, fine machine, like in tune. And that's what we're seeing. You're seeing mistakes. You're seeing good things as well. So I tell everybody all the time, mistakes are okay as long as you're learning from them. All right, and that's what we're seeing in this game right here. How they learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, real quick, let me get this bot out the chat while we continue. But
Bots
oh,
go away.
but yeah, like I agree with you, right? Like it's the second week in a row where the defense in a way dictated it, kind of broke it open for the 49ers. Last week, the Hafunga interception obviously kind of broke that game away when it was a one-score game. This week, the Mosley interception when it was 10-3 broke it away towards the end of the half. That gave the 49ers momentum, and they ran away with it after that. But first play of the second half, this is an intriguing play for the 49ers. Garoppolo trying to target Danny Gray here. When you look at it on the replay, it's a shot play overall. You've got several different routes. I am not that mad with what Garoppolo did here. Why?
I liked it.
So normally Gray's gonna clear out, right? On this play. Gray's gonna look to be the clear out. And Deebo Samuel, that's where you're looking for the open crosser. Safety here identifies, though, that this is a crosser to Deebo Samuel. He drops
Exactly.
down, and it's one-on-one coverage at the top. You hope that Gray is able to obviously burn his cornerback. It's just good coverage there on the play by J.C. Horn, and it causes the incompletion there. Sure, a dropped interception, but it's a good thing that the 49ers are attempting, those shot plays. So, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if Debo could have sold the route just a little bit differently, just to get that safety off of him. But that was
Uh-huh.
good defense, good recognition, great route running from the 49ers. And you take your shot down the field when you see your guy one-on-one coverage. The safety was there late. Like that safety got there late. So I wasn't really too much worried about the other safety. It was more the DB that was on Danny Gray the whole time.
Yeah. This is just a false start on George Kittle.
Yeah, he
Clearly went
happened.
before everybody else. Yeah. So you got second and 15 here for the 49ers. Clear passing situation. Garoppolo finds Samuel again, who's able to get past the chains for a first down here on this play. It's a good hit to Deebo Samuel, obviously running the crosser. Number 7 over here just never picks up on Deebo. That's where you normally have that linebacker on receiver kind of a matchup that the 49ers want. He never picked him up. Easy first down here for Deebo Samuel.
16 yards, baby. 16 yards. I put my notes, protection, the read, and the route. Perfect.
It's one of those. This I really like this play, and I like that the 49ers are starting to integrate it a lot more. It's one of those cutback plays that the 49ers have in their playbook. You talk about it's the toss to the outside, blocking kind of shifts it to the left side, anticipating that it's a toss, but it's a cutback instead, and you get another first down out of it. It's a way to incorporate Jeff Wilson Jr.'s skill set because you're running between the tackles, but it's a misdirection that gives him extra room to run where he's a good downfield runner.
Yeah, when you look at this cutback play, this is a play that I think I highlighted on my show earlier today. The
Should I
vision
go
of the
back?
running
Yeah, let me go back.
like the vision of the running back with Jeff Wilson Jr. I mean, you're going to start to see it more and more as he gets the ball. And on that cutback play, you're seeing him take the ball, follow the blocker, cutting right here, boom, boom, boom. Nope, you're not gonna get me right here, cutting again. And you know what I mean? And that's what you want from your running backs. I mean, I haven't seen this in a long time. I love Elijah Mitchell, love what he brings to the table, but now you're getting this different type of Jeff Wilson Jr. And that's something we could use.
Yeah. And I mean, you just talked about it, right? Following the blockers and making the cuts. You do the exact same thing here. Burford whiffs initially. I think Wilson probably wants this lane here, but Burford whiffs on the block here. And instead, you're going to have Jeff Wilson Jr. cut back to the left and take it up the middle here for a nice gain again.
Again,
I don't know exactly how many yards. It was a 5 yard gain,
yards, yeah, it
but
was 5 yard gain. But again, that's vision, man. That's him.
exactly. Like here, he wants this lane here, which would have been good had Burford made that block. But instead, he understands this guy right here, right in his face, doesn't
Cut it.
continue with it, cuts it back, and finds the next hole.
That's all vision. I use Trey in Madden, or Jermaine. I use Trey in Madden.
We got a question.
Yes.
All right. So even now, even with Jimmy back in, do you still use Trey at Madden?
Well, if I'm playing it depends the mode. Like if I'm doing Mutt, I'm still gonna use Trey because the card is gonna be whatever it is. If I'm playing the one season, it's a I don't even have Trey Lance. I don't have any of them. My quarterback's Kyler Murray in our Madden league. So, yeah. But when I'm playing Mutt, I always use Trey Lance.
Got it. Last play, a toss to Debo on the outside, tries to get a cards. 3rd and 2 here for the 49ers.
Let's go.
And this is a good play here. Good penetration by the defense. You're gonna be able. They're gonna be able to get the stop here.
I got you.
This is by the linebacker. This is just good vision. You have Juwan Jennings in motion here, and good hole blocking here. But the linebacker, he has a free lane. Is able to cut up, and Derek Brown obviously think he was left free as well in that play because they were urged on the D tackle. Yeah, you got to go 4th down here, and now Jimmy Garoppolo in the offense is back out there on 4th down.
Ooh, yeah.
Garoppolo looking for Deebo Samuel. This was actually a questionable call. I don't know if I agree with this interference, but you know what? You'll take it, right?
I'll take it because I don't know if we get too many questionable calls, so I'm taking whatever it is we get.
Yeah. The one thing that I thought I saw here, I thought Garoppolo was looking at George Kittle on that first as the first route, and it seemed for the most part as if Kittle was open the entire time. And then Deebo Samuel, he was pretty well covered there by his cornerback. You're going to see George Kittle here flare, and you're going to see Garoppolo look at him. He's going to look, but he's going to bail off it early. Good play here by number 55, the linebacker, to kind of force Garoppolo to bail by, I think that's Corey Littleton. But regardless, 1st down here for the 49ers after the penalty. And you're going to set Tico now out in the slot. And this is your favorite play, I think, Wayne.
Ooh, baby, I like it.
That's 1. That's 2.
Yeah, baby, I like it.
Stiff arm there, 3. And he breaks 3 tackles all the way down.
That boy
just for
fresh.
The beauty of it, let's look right back at it.
He was fresh, man. Listen, in 2019, the 2019-2020 season, Tico was probably having a career year with the 49ers. Unfortunately, in that Minnesota playoff game, I believe he got dinged up. And then remember, we won, and then we beat Green Bay next. And that was the Raheem Mostert game. And remember, Tico chillaxed. He got the rest. We had the extra week off. We went to the Super Bowl, and he played in the Super Bowl injured. I really think he was injured, but he played. That boy fresh. That boy done went and got himself together, had a season with the Jets, came back, did the training camp with the Jets. They let him go. He was ready. Tevin Campbell, he was ready.
After that huge Jennings play, a great play there by Jennings. You got the 1st down here, 1st and goal. It's one of those attempted cutbacks for Jeff Wilson Jr. At the goal line. Is this Jake Brendel again? Damn.
Yeah.
You're going to see Jake Brendel whiff here again. Jarek Brown
I tried to tell you,
him to the ground.
I know people like Jake, and I want to like him too, but He's whiffing on these joints. What's going on,
It was
Peachy?
just a rough game for Jake Brendel here today.
I just think he was overpowered. You said it at the very beginning. You said he was just overpowered, and I think when you're overpowered, if you know you're overpowered, you got to use your technique, and you got to use their power against him. And if he did that, you know, he might not have whiffed a lot. I'm just trying to figure out where we are.
Now, this is the best play of the game. The best play.
Is this the throw to Debo where he drops the pass?
No, this is just James Richard Garoppolo just charging in the touchdown.
Okay, sorry. I got that right here. I just wanted to make sure I was kept up with my notes. Now, there was a penalty on this, and I can't remember who did the penalty. Was it Brendel?
I can check. But, yeah, there was a penalty on it, and that is why the 49ers are going to come back on this play.
Now, he did have Debo open. They made that known on my show. He had Debo open in the corner.
Yep. And this is where that touchdown by the way, I'll run it back. The penalty was actually before the snap. It was too many men on the field for Carolina.
From the defense. It was a defensive penalty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't. Wait a minute. There couldn't have been a defensive penalty. We wouldn't have declined the touchdown.
Or no. What penalty was this? No, I'm too ahead of myself. I think the defensive penalty was on the next drive. This one was offsetting penalties. Banks had a hold.
It was
Banks
a replay
and Littleton, I believe.
Yes, that's why the ball that's why it didn't move. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
If we didn't get a penalty, they had a penalty. We had a penalty. It offset it. Thank you.
So I think if you go back to it, so I know Banks was called, and I know Corey Littleton was called on this play. So Banks here, this hold here, that was the first penalty, and then down the field, I think Corey Littleton was called for a hold as well. But regardless, 2nd and 4. Here's the Debo throw, and this is a very interesting play.
This should have been a touchdown.
So, who do you not necessarily? I don't want to say blame because I don't think that there should be blame necessarily. But in my opinion, I think if Debo Samuel look at the separation. If he keeps running on that play, I think that's a touchdown.
I want to know what made him stop running. Did he feel like Jimmy wasn't going to throw him the ball, or he was going to sit on the route, hopefully get the DB to forget about it, and then be ultimately wide open?
I think this is what happened. Garoppolo's looking. And I think that quick shift, maybe made him stop, or it was either that or he thought he ran out of space.
Nah, he definitely ran out of space. But Jimmy pumped a 2, so you got to put the pump back in there. That'll freeze you. It's supposed to freeze the DBs, but it'll freeze the wide receivers too. Unfortunately, he dropped.
I think that was the reason why. Me personally, I think Debo Samuel should have continued to run that route, made it an easier throw. But regardless, it was a good placement overall. I thought it was good placement, and Garoppolo and Samuel being completion there. But instead, you find him on the next play. This is a good play by Garoppolo here. He works the field. He's looking at this side here, Ayuk and George Kittle, and they're both covered. Samuel runs over the middle of the field, and that's a touchdown there. You're gonna see his eyes here,
baby.
You're working, then middle of the field, and a fire to Debo Samuel. All right. Following drive, you've got the same formation here. You've got now Juszczyk motioning that way instead of the left side, motioning to the right side. And Jeff Wilson Jr. is able to get 5.
5+. On the
Once
next
again,
play,
I just got to point it out because I got to point it out. And Wayne, I don't know how happy you'll be. 99 on 64.
That's a good black by
Matthew
Jake Brendel.
Onitis on Jake Brendel.
That's
That's the reason this play gets blown up because there's a
Jake,
huge
let him.
hole.
Listen, it's like he grabbed Jake and said, "Get off me."
Look at this hole right here.
Oh my
he's got a free line
gosh!
to the SAF here, number 38. And unfortunately,
I'm
Jake
trying to
Brendel
tell
here
you,
with a
man.
miss.
I know Trey Sermon wasn't that guy here. I get it. But I bet you if we went back and watched the offensive line on his runs, because he's an inside zone guy, just like Jeff Wilson. Doesn't have the burst of speed, though, but he's still an inside guy.
Mhm.
I guarantee you somebody's missing something, and that's why they were always in the backfield when he ran the ball. Always.
Can we get Alex back out of retirement? Jake hasn't been this bad all season. I just think it was a rough game for him. And this is, I believe, the only sack that the 49ers allowed this game. This one right here.
I think so, too. No, we had 2 sacks. They had 2 sacks.
Okay, 2.
He was sacked twice.
But here.
Oh, the first sack was Jalen Moore, bro.
Oh, right. Here, I think this is just a miscommunication. I don't know. This is just a good
Somebody
defensive
went
play.
unblocked. Yeah. The linebacker didn't get
So
touched.
Glinchey here is going to be on Itis. He's going to see, though, that number 57 here, the linebacker Wilson, is going to go untouched. He try and give a little block to him. That's going to leave Ioannidis untouched here. And so you're going to have Ioannidis go as a free rusher, and then Wilson clean it up. It's a miscommunication when you look back at it, because you had Jake Brendel here help on number 78, and that then had Daniel Brunskill try and help on 55. Brunskill instead would have likely picked up 57, and because Brunskill tried to help on 55 because Brendel was late, you have McGlinchey then trying to help on 57, leaving 99 open. Miscommunication by the entire offensive line, and that's where this sack kind of comes from. But you got 3rd and long here for the 49ers. Obvious passing situation. And they got Juszczyk as the back out of the backfield. And this is a quick hit to Juszczyk, and he's going to go for a while for a first down. We saw a similar play where Juszczyk was out of the slot last week, where he got 35, not last week, against the Broncos, where he got like 35 yards on a play. But a pretty good play for the 49ers. Juszczyk breaks 1 tackle, and that's all he needs to get that first down. Another one of those quick hitting running back screens for the first down.
All juice. This is a Debo drop on this play right here. This is a play.
Yeah.
This was the
play over the middle. He's
God dang,
that was
the throw was beautiful. The route was great. And then the drop.
Everything about it was good. It was he got open.
He wasn't even going to get hit after that. Rohan, like there was no. He was perfectly in the
number 38 here. He didn't have good zone feel. He didn't realize where Samuel is. Garoppolo makes a good throw. This ball is going to come to the right of Deebo Samuel. It's going to come on his, I believe this is, it's going to come on his right shoulder. And that's where you want it. You don't want it on the left side, because then 38 can make a play on it. He makes it on the right shoulder. And Deebo Samuel here is going to have the ball, and it just goes straight out of his hands.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I got to take this phone.
Let's do it. While we wait for Wayne, 49ers here, I think this game was interesting. The Carolina Panthers had several opportunities to score in this game. The 49ers, though, their red zone defense is one of the best, if not the best in the league, statistically, I think, because the Panthers had several opportunities for a touchdown. Their second drive, they had a missed field goal. After that, they had a field goal. They had 1 touchdown drive in this game, but they had a field goal, and that 1 touchdown. So to me, I think the 49ers, they do good at stopping those touchdown opportunities in the red zone. And I think that's what's going to elevate their defense. If they can continue to just hold teams to field goals, you put less pressure on your offense, obviously, to respond. And that's been a good job by the 49ers in this game and in general this season. All right. As Wayne takes the phone call here, we can go on to 2nd and 10 here. The 49ers here have their 3 receivers set. You got your 2 tight ends, you're in 21 personnel. And Jeff Wilson Jr. here is going to try and take this to the outside. We've talked about it, though, before. Jeff Wilson Jr. doesn't necessarily have the requisite speed to get to the outside, not necessarily a knack against him. It's just not a part of his skill set. The hole here is where you want to go. Brendel once again gets bullied here by he just gets beat by Derek Brown, and that's really what's going to cost this entire play to blow up overall. But if you've got that speedy option, hopefully Wilson is able to hit this hole, and that could be a bigger gain. But instead, it's 3rd and 8. That's another good play call here from Kyle Shanahan, and we've got Wayne back. But it's another good play call here by Kyle Shanahan. Just Jake Brendel gets beat on that play.
Why am I on that play on my book? Why am I looking at the Brendel block? That's what I wrote on my notes at this 127-minute mark of the game. He gets beat, and on Jefferson
here
only gets 2 yards.
You'll get a very nice look at it right here. Derek Brown, Jake Brendel. Derek Brown's a good player, so don't get me wrong, but beats him, and this is the lane right here that you potentially have a possibility of getting 6 yards. It's a good play call on 2nd and 8. That might set up 3rd and 1. But instead, Derek Brown's able to get there, and who makes the tackle? Derek Brown.
Derek Brown. That's my cousin.
Really? Oh, Wayne Brown, Derek Brown.
That's my cousin. All right, man. Let's keep it going. We're almost done with the offense.
3rd down here. Just a really nice throw to Brandon Ayuk. Again, Kyle Shanahan scheming receivers open. Jimmy isn't missing high in this game as much as you normally do. It's a good, just a good ball from him, and a good play overall, getting to Brandon Ayuk, who gets a couple of yards after the play as well.
18
just keeps the chains moving.
18 yards. 18 yards. I think on this play you're going to see this is okay. So pause this right here. I'm going to set this up. So this is the pass tip play.
Yeah.
This now I just want to show everybody right there. Stop right there. Yo. This was about to go to Danny Gray on a quick slant. Did you see this big gaping slant of a slant? Like
let's say Danny Gray takes this shallow slant. This is his path right here. He's going to beat this linebacker with the speed.
Gosh, this was the play. This was the play.
It's another good play call, right? Like, in a way, nobody's expecting you to throw to Danny Gray. When Danny Gray's out there, they're expecting, oh, he's a decoy. We're going to run the football. It's a quick drop. You're going to have this slant opportunity. Garoppolo likely fits it in here, and Gray takes off. It's just, can he beat this guy, and can he outrun his cornerback? And this could have at least been 10 yards at this game, but yeah. The tip
Danny
blows
Gray
it up.
is in Danny Gray's speed. Man. All right. We got to try that again. Wait a minute. Jermaine Jenkins, Cleveland. My grandmother was a Brown. I have people living in Cleveland. That's where my father's from Pittsburgh, but that's not too far from Cleveland. I wonder if we're related, if we have family, because I'm sure I have family out that way. Oh, keep going.
All right. We got it here. Who is it again? It's Derek Brown, man.
Derek Brown.
Derek freaking Brown.
He was all over the place in this game.
He blows it up. Another good play by Derek Brown. 2nd and 10, though.
He had a monstrous game.
Yeah. McLeod in motion. And it's one of those screenplays, but blown up again at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it. I believe this is Brian Burns who's going to blow this up.
Throw?
Huh?
This was the high throw to Debo?
Oh, this was the one to Wilson that he was trying to hit to Wilson. The quick hitter.
Yeah.
Brian Burns does a really good job. He understands the play. He sees that he sees that Wilson's coming out, and he stays with him and blows it up there. Yeah. Just a good play there. 3rd down now for the 49ers.
It's funny
because this one,
this play.
Yeah, this one's just Juwan Jennings.
They were in their bag.
This is just Juwan Jennings doing Juwan things, man.
They were in there.
I like this throw from Garoppolo too. if you look at it here, I'll go back to the initial look real quick. That's where Garoppolo throws his football. Juwan Jennings is coming right out of that break.
Yeah,
He has enough trust in his receiver. This is a good anticipation throw. It's a little low at the end, but this is a good throw from Garoppolo. Juwan Jennings only looks back when the ball is like literally in his eyes. So it's a good play overall by Garoppolo. A little low of a throw, but good anticipation on the play. Removes any danger of a turnover worthy play, and Juwan Jennings does the rest. He's a beast. '49ers once again inching in red zone territory. You've got the first down here. A handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr., who just squeezes through the middle for a good gain. Another good run from Jeff Wilson Jr. here. Another good set of blocks overall.
You got 5 yards on this one.
Yeah, it's just good blocking by, when you look at it. Warner comes along. Banks, like you've got a puller in Warner from the right side. You've got a puller on the left side from Banks, and then McGlinchey holds on to his block. And that allows Jeff Wilson Jr. to get to the second level. You get 5 yards. That's a really good play from Jeff Wilson Jr. Another run, and it's another similar outcome for Jeff Wilson Jr.
Run to the one, baby. That boy Jeff Wilson was on one, man. I'm trying to tell you, baby. He was on one. We are well into this fourth quarter. That boy is trying to finish. Finito.
Once again, just like the blocks in general are really, really nice, right? You look at Banks solidifies that one. You've got McGlinchey here. Brent
Moore standing his guy up. Look at this guy.
You got to give Brendel a medal, man. He held up on his part, and I saw the puller back there. I forget who it was.
That's
I think
Derek
it was
Brown
the tight
right
end.
there. He's literally holding Derek Brown. But no, that was 78. Okay.
You know what? We'll give it to him. It wasn't a flag. Wasn't an issue, and a good run.
It sure wasn't.
Run.
That boy Jeff Wilson Jr. is different. Is this my Jeff Wilson Jr.? Oh, after this play?
We'll get to it.
This was the 12 men on the field penalty.
Yeah, that was the 12 men on the field penalty. Now you got first and goal at the 1. And this is your Jeff Wilson Jr. play here.
Now, I got to give a shout out to Aaron Banks on this one, because without that surge, 40 had Jeff Wilson kind of stood up. Aaron gets to the back of Jeff Wilson and says, "Nah, son, you're going in, baby. We going in, baby. Touchdown."
Do you think Banks should get like half the credit for the touchdown there?
I don't know, but that touchdown was sexy because he got right on his back and said, "I'm pushing you in, bro." He should get half of that. He should have let Aaron Banks spike that ball. Jeff Wilson should have gave him some. Aaron, this one's for you, kid. Bam! That's what I wanted to see. Is this the 2-point conversion?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
this was the attempt.
Nice throw. Beautiful catch. Those are the catches and those are the throws in the end zone. Let me explain to you this. When you're in the end zone and the red zone, those are the throws and those are the catches I expect. I want Jimmy to trust his receiver to go up and get that goddamn ball just like that. You can't throw a perfect ball in the end zone. Why? If you tip it, it could possibly go back the other way. So you want to do it right to where your receiver can catch it. You watch all quarterbacks throw the ball high in the end zone, and it's a reason. But when you got a Brandon Ayuk, a guy who's 6 feet tall that can jump 90 feet tall, go let him get that ball. Unfortunately.
I agree. I mean, just give your guy a chance. Unfortunately, there was a penalty, I believe, on the play, right?
Yeah.
There was a penalty, and then Mitch missed the, what do you call it? Just Mitch missed the kick. So that was sad, but it's whatever. It was 30-12 at that point. And I believe this is the final or one of last 2 offensive drives here. The 49ers don't get too much off of this drive.
They get a big
Jeff
run
Wilson Jr. though.
Jeff Wilson, here we go. 23 yards. Blocking was good again.
I just love the semblance of blocking and downhill running from the 49ers, right? You look at it, you're going to just see Kittle block, Warner block, and then a really good block by Jalen Moore here. That's going to set up this. This is an I-5 sized hole. This is like an
That's an
I-10 sized
I-5.
hole.
I don't even know what the hell that means, but I like it. That's an I-5.
Oh, I-5
hole.
is like it's like a highway, or it's a highway in California.
Oh,
It's like that big of a hole.
I'm like, dude, I like that term, so I'm gonna use it. I had no idea what it meant. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it.
Just keep using it though.
I-5. So we're I-95 over here. Look at this run again.
So I-95 sized hole, but there's Tico getting out there. Another nice outside zone run, right? You saw the one with Wilson just right now. A good block. Just shout out to Ayuk. I think this is a holding, but like I just, regardless of it, I like the aggressiveness, right, that he plays with. It's just it's satisfying to see.
Best blocking wide receiver for the 49ers. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kyle Shanahan said, I don't care what his stats said out there. He's playing some damn good football. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
A guy that was
he said that today, right? Or yesterday, something like that.
He was in the dog.
Unfortunately, this is the hole here that happened on this play. Charlie Warner, he held his guy Brian Burns,
and they called it back, right?
Yeah, so they called that back, but regardless, a nice block by Ayuk. And hey, Mr. GJ here is right. No block, no rock. Danny Gray said it. That's just what the 49ers wide receivers gotta follow.
Yeah.
First and 20. You're backed up big time. Trying to get a run here with Tevin Coleman. Another one of those cutbacks, but good defense here. Derek Brown here. And let's just pay close attention once again to Jake Brendel on the play. Oh, this was not that bad. But they're trying to get this hole here. But unfortunately, the Panthers seal it off. It's a tight hole. Coleman tries to cut it back. You got a couple of yards on the play. It's now 2nd and 19. Pretty fierce time to try and convert here. 2nd and 19. Play action. You got Brandon Ayuk open. Garoppolo hits him. That's going to be a couple of yards here. Getting 3rd and short. So a good play design here. Getting Ayuk open over the middle on the crosser to try and put him on a linebacker.
He got 16 on that, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice play. He fights for a couple of yards after the catch as well. Gets a good first down. Close to a first down. But now you got 3rd and 3. The 49ers got to convert here. It's a pretty close conversion too.
Like what?
They got close to the converting though.
He did. You said it was 3rd and 19, and he got 16 out of it.
Yeah, and then Tico had the rush there. That was for.
If he could have just hopped over, that was a good play. But if he could have hopped over that dude.
And then the 49ers here, 4th and 1. They just put it away. What they did on that drive, or what they do on this play, is they just wait for that. They're trying to get that, but they instead choose to punt there with Mitch. Now you got that first and goal. This was, I believe, after the Carolina Panthers went for downs.
Yeah,
they try to go for it on their 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's just Tico trying to get, trying to pad his stats, trying to get that extra touchdown. But 1st and goal run, not much here overall.
Watch the pitch.
Just the Panthers linebackers coming downhill, forcing that stop. Leads you to 2nd goal.
Watch Spencer Burford step on Jimmy Garoppolo's foot on this play. Jimmy gets the pitch off anyway. No high ankle sprains. Sorry. Hey, Jalen Moore.
Touchdown.
Debo Samuel, thank you for shading Brian Burns. Like, just getting in his way. Debo gets in Brian Burns' way, doesn't allow Brian Burns to get the angle on him. And he goes in.
Good block by Debo.
Right there. Enough to get him off.
I also want to show love. I want to show love to one block here that didn't get it. That probably doesn't get enough. Look at Juice. Juice just he annihilates this corner. He just pushes them out of bounds, bro.
Yeah.
He pushes 26, I believe. believe that's Dante Jackson. He just pushes them all the way out of bounds, and this is going to be a nice pitch and run for Tevin Coleman. And
Get
that was
out
the
the
final
way.
offensive play of the game. Actually, no. This is the final offensive play of the game, and it was our guy Brock Purdy.
With the
Oh, Jordan
1 yard
Mason got an
loss.
offensive snap.
He
Hey,
did.
Kyle Shanahan listened to all of us. He said, look, we know you guys have been saying we want Jordan Mason to get a snap. He got him one snap. He got him one offensive snap. That's it, I guess.
That was it.
But hey, guys, that's the entire film review. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing these past 2 weeks. So if you guys want some more, look at the link in the description. I do these every week after the 49ers play. And maybe next time as well. Me and Wayne might hop on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. We might do this as well. But Wayne, I got to appreciate you. Thank you for the time. And obviously, always a great show.
Oh man, you're awesome, man. Keep rising to the top, fam. Make sure you guys are subscribed to his channel. And Rohan, keep doing what you're doing. Go Blue! Sorry, I had to do that, man. I know you're a Badger now, all of a sudden, but
who's Michigan playing this week?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
They're playing Penn State, bro. I'm fucking
I'm
sorry.
This
I'm
is
so
like a
nervous.
really good game, right? Because Michigan's like what, 5 and Penn State's 10?
I'm so nervous, bro. Wow, we dropped one after being 4. We went to 5. What the fuck?
Oh wait, you might have actually gone up one. I'm not sure, but
PG, what's Michigan's ranking? Don't tell me we went down after we beat the snot out of a team.
Clemson went up one and y'all went down one. You're at 5.
Clemson. So Clemson is 4?
Clemson's 4 and you're 5.
Them summers of bitches, man. I'm telling you right now. Listen, we beat Penn State. We better be number 1. Hey, Kylie, you can get that out of here, you Ohio State person. This is about to be
real. Penn State whoop that, bro. Penn State to whoop that trick.
Have you seen like our offense and defense is flying on all cylinders this year, bro?
Yeah, I've watched.
Get down and lay down. We got a new quarterback,
and
man.
y'all finally got a pretty solid quarterback.
Yeah. I'm not worried about Penn State. Let me go do my homework on Penn State, matter of fact, because I don't know. I ain't been watching them. I've just been solely watching
them running
Michigan
backs.
and Ohio State.
What I'll say is them running backs, them Penn State running backs, they're good.
They different guys. You right.
Yeah, they good.
Different. They different.
Yeah.
They super different.
But all right, family. Thank you so much for the show. Thank you guys all for tuning in. All you guys always make the show great. Wayne, as always, thank you for your time. I know you got a busy week. Real quick before we go, what are you doing for the rest of the week? Give everybody a shout out. Let them know where they can find you and what you got going on.
Awesome. So tomorrow, every day, Monday through Friday, the Wayne Breezy Show, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Wayne Breezy channel. And then on Friday, I'm going to be doing the Madden simulation instead of the Wayne Breezy Show. I usually do a call-in show on Friday, but because I got to get to the airport and head to Atlanta Friday, I'm just going to have time to do the Madden show. So that's going to be fun, man. So make sure you guys tune in. It's probably going to be around 10 a.m. We do the Madden challenge, and then I'm hitting the road to New York, getting on the airplane, and I'll be in the ATL, shouty.
Hey, he going to the A. But y'all, if you guys are in the Atlanta area, be sure y'all tune in. Make sure you guys go to the tailgate because I assure you it's going to be a blast if you guys go. The 49ers Rush podcast, be sure to go get your tickets. Not that expensive, and it's a great time always. You got to meet a lot of good content creators like Wayne, like John, and I think Eric Crocker's coming out there, right, this weekend?
Croc's going to be there, man. Moses is going to be there. The whole nitty-gritty crew is going to be there. It's going to be crazy. Also, you guys can win some really cool signed autograph stuff from our 49er players, so that's also a cool thing.
Hey, but everybody, like I said, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time.